All right. So we're now live.
Sweet.
And with me today is Vexen. We got Jimbo.
Hey.
Xana, who goes by the nickname Doctor Strange. And no, people, she's not a real doctor in real life. She's just strange, and that's why we love her. And
strange to such a degree. She could
She's awesome.
to a degree. And she does
She's
not have
awesome.
green hair. It's her LED lights that she has behind her, just changing colors. So that's why her hair's changing blue and all that. Well, we think it's a cool effect.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
she has a halo.
This here is Halo. This here is a sidestep from our normal podcast with all the rest of the people. It's just the four of us. There's no one else that's going to join us.
We're just catching up.
Yep, this is just a side, shoot the breeze, and do a little one-on-one. If you're watching this live, if you've tuned in, it's all the alert and watch this live. Any comments you say will pop up to us, and I can actually pull them up and put them up for everybody.
Don't you mean they will be used against you in a court of law?
Only if they're obscene or if we find them completely erotic.
No, it'll be all right. It'll be all right. This is for adults only anyway. It's no big deal.
And for the fun of it, we're going to say, give us money, we're broke, but we're going to hide that. Anyways, so this is just shooting the breeze. Whatever topic we want to talk about, this is off script. This isn't what we normally talk about on Sunday nights with our regular podcasts. This is just if whatever happened today, if there's something on our minds, we want to grind gears, whatever the conversation is what we do.
Look, let's just get down to brass tacks. This is practice for the normal stuff.
Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna kick it off. Did anybody watch that damn our president yesterday in his little news broadcast?
I only got a few brain cells left. Yeah, I only got a few brain cells left, and I tried not to watch it to lose them.
One thing I can say for the guy is he has done more press conferences than years he's been president, because he's done 2 press conferences.
True. Yeah. That is true. I watched it with my ears burning, and it is true what they said. If you didn't watch it, he actually invited the Russian president to go ahead and invade Ukraine. A little bit.
A
little bit. Go ahead. Go ahead and do a little bit, and I'm going to put some sanctions on you. And he's not going to give a shit.
Look, he's the potatoes, all right? I don't think he was trying to invite anything. He's just, when you talk about accuracy with words, he don't have it.
No.
I necessarily do, but.
Well, the White House scrambled after that. Everybody was scrambling, trying to get that fixed. And I don't think I heard anything today from anybody that tried to backtrack. They were doing it all yesterday, and I still didn't hear shit what they were trying to tell. So I'm wondering if somebody got on the phone with the man and said, nope, that's not what he meant. Because if he didn't, then Ukraine's screwed.
But it's like once it's heard, it can't be unheard.
A lot of people were asking him from the press, like, so you're saying that we don't trust the election? And
I heard that too.
They didn't backtrack on it. But what I do want to say is, one of the things that happened is, and I think we need more of this. That sweet, sweet Joe Biden whisper energy. I think
whispering into the mic is so just unpresidential. I'm sorry. You're gonna speak. Don't. Come on.
I mean, I don't care. I mean, what is presidential versus unpresidential? Look, I'm about results. And if you want to talk about unpresidential, dear God, the results are what I'm looking at. Not that you can, if you're whispering in the mic, I'll be like, well, that's a, strange flex, but everything's working. It's like, look, likes to whisper, but,
Yeah.
Well,
and I like how.
Go ahead.
I like how he also says that he has no regrets for the way he handled Afghanistan and pulling our troops out and 13 of them getting killed.
Yeah.
He has no regrets, that he's satisfied with the outcome so far. And we still got people trapped over there.
Yeah, there's still hundreds of people there.
But if you look at it, he's actually correct, because he's not in control. So what he did was really nothing. I mean, at least from what it seems. I mean, like, he can't even give a press conference more than 2 times a year. I mean, technically, he did one year, and this is actually into the second year. So if he doesn't do another one for a year, we get one good one a year.
Well, no, he's got to do the State of the Union. That's going to be
coming
up. So
that's going to be interesting.
It should be called State of the Onion. Of course, the Onion hasn't been funny for a while.
Yeah, they have lost their article touch.
Yeah,
they used to have pretty good ones.
Yeah, I think that he's got to do the State of the Union, and we'll see how that goes. Because it's going to be all scripted, and so I don't know. I just thought his press conference yesterday was just stupid as hell. He's going to claim that if he doesn't win, or if the Democrats don't win in 2022, that's because the Republicans rigged the election.
Which is funny.
It's already been said.
They were saying back in 2016 too.
Which is funny because questioning any election is super duper insurrection now, isn't it? I mean, from their side, that's not.
Not for the Democrats.
But that was their rhetoric for a while after this most recent one. Elections can't be rigged.
Yeah, well, it's
until we might lose, and then all bets are off.
and the red wave is coming. I hope.
Dude, it's no core principles. That's the problem. No core principles.
Yeah, we need.
I don't know about
Senate and the House back.
Just because you have an R after your name doesn't mean you have core principles. But right now, if you have a D, it seems like you definitely don't.
You know what? Are we allowed to record when we go in to vote?
I don't know.
They allow people to record. Others no.
Well, you could do it. Wear a little camera.
Well, what I was going to say is have somebody recording and have us, just as a podcast throw together, all of us dress up as zombies and go walking in there and vote.
Hilarious.
Yeah, but then I'd have to vote Democrat. I can't do that.
No, we'll still vote the way we want to vote, but it's just the idea that they'll see zombies walking in and people will be like, oh, crap, it's true,
We're all in different districts, though. That'd be kind of a pain.
I vote absentee, so I get a ballot every year, or every time there's an election, they just mail it to me, and then I take it back to them. So I don't actually go in and vote.
That brings the next question: how many of that's going to happen this year?
I real quick, I hear about a lot of people.
I asked for mine. I'm registered to get mine. I had to go through all the bullshit and show my ID in order to be registered to do that. So
you had to show your ID? That's racist.
Look, I hear a lot of people voting absentee. All right, and it's been years I've heard about this. Why hasn't absentee ever won with all the support that this individual obviously
has?
Well,
the absentee ballots are different than what the Democrats did. The Democrats just sent out ballots to everybody. Even the dead people got ballots, but they mailed them and they voted. Yep. So I don't know. You guys actually go to the polling places. That's you guys.
I signed up to be a poll watcher in I don't know if they'll ask me to, but I signed up to be one. So
I told you the strip club doesn't hire poll watchers. You just go in for free and watch them.
Wait a second. I thought it was weird, and these women, they kept rubbing on me, and I just, I figured animal magnetism.
Or was it poll washer? Is that what you were doing as a poll washer?
Now that's now you're starting to get close to glory hole territory, and
we'll back that one there up to keep this PG a little bit. But tying into to tie this into what we were talking about on our last podcast that I still have to finish editing and getting it up there. They mixed with the NASA bill, the voting bill, because they couldn't get it to pass through separately from everything else. They mixed it. Right. And the voting bill, they claimed Georgia's voting bill was racist. They claimed.
Well, they say whatever.
Pennsylvania, I think, or Virginia.
Dude, they say anything that is convenient to them at the moment. So it's like trying to debate them on the so-called merits that they present is a waste of time because they'll flip-flop as soon as it's useful to flip-flop.
Well,
literally. I mean, I saw them in California, real quick. In California, they were advocating that you should be allowed to be able to be racist towards white people because it's not racism. It's like, please continue with your clown world logic.
Right.
Yeah, you know.
So it's like, fuck.
Well, and the laws they're coming out with, and I'm sorry, Jimbo, I know you wanted to say something there.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
It's the laws that they're actually pushing in with the NASA bill identically matches Georgia's laws that they were making that they said it was racist. All it does, though, is it gives federal control over the election instead of states having control over the elections.
Well, just remember, authoritarians love consolidating power because if the power is distributed, then maybe the people might have some hope of, you know, ruling themselves and not, you know, having their pockets checked for any loose change they might have.
Well, the big thing that they wanted to do is they wanted to get this passed because it would change some of the laws, because once they get control, they can do mail-in ballots. Everybody mails in. So, and then we've already seen what happened the last time. Okay, it'll happen every time.
How many ballots were found in ditches? And who was on those ballots?
And what about that guy that brought that semi-load in to Virginia? You know, you're crossing state lines with ballots to vote in another state. Now, how's that legal?
It's not legal. And plus, a lot of the ballots didn't have the watermark on it that they're supposed to have.
Nope.
It didn't have the proper barcoding on it like it was supposed to have.
Right.
In Illinois here, it's totally messed up.
Come at this Hydra face first. All this other stuff, it's a distraction. They will grasp for power with as much force in any way they think they can get it. You know? It's not about any of the issues. It's literally about power. It's like a drug addict. They need their fix. That's it.
They need their fix.
Power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolute.
Yeah, what are they going to do with the power? Be in charge? Grift?
Yeah, once they get into control of the elections, that'll be it. A Republican will never win after that. Oh, no, he didn't win. He lost by 4,000 votes. Here,
hey,
so you can see right here.
Vote me in so I can fix the problems that my party made. Oops, I only had 2 years to do it. Vote me in again. It's going to be a long haul. Oops, it's still taking longer, you know, because those racists are getting in the way, or those
30 years later.
I mean,
they haven't.
It's a grip.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of bullshit. I'm sorry. It's, you know, you're not going to mail in ballots because, you know, and you just wait. Something's going to happen to where they're going to make it mandatory again. They're not going to give up this fucking control that they have for the pandemic.
Yeah,
why would they give it up?
It's the only way they can win at this point.
Well, the how can I say this? The power that they have right now for the pandemic, there are, you know, hundreds of doctors are saying the pandemic's over. You guys just need to get over it. It's done. You know,
but they've been trying to strip the medical license from those doctors. It's like, oh, you want to get the narrative? Oh, then you don't deserve to ever make money again. It's like,
right.
No,
well, even if a doctor comes out and says, look, I gave my patient this medicine and it actually stopped COVID within 3 days of them having a severe attack of it.
Right.
So this medicine must work. They're like, oh no, don't take that. You're like the horse dewormer.
Yeah,
they'll get fired,
and
the Varexin or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's like they actually works, and they challenged it, and then had the media go running with it, saying, "Oh, don't take horse dewormer." Well, there's a human version, and there's a horse version. And
well, let's get down to brass tacks real quick. There's a lot of variables in what works and what doesn't. The thing is they turn into a binary where if it doesn't work 100% of the time, or there can't be anything else involved, and you can always be like, well, a person's immune system is a variable. They don't even want it to be put on the table for consideration, and that is ridiculous.
Well, I don't know if you guys caught Fauci the other day. He said we're only in stage 1 of 5 stages for the pandemic.
You mean the great?
That's what he's saying.
I thought it.
Huh?
Or don't you think the Great Reset? That thing?
Yeah, I don't know. He came on. He did a press conference or whatever, and he said we're only in stage 1.
Yeah.
Of 5 stages for five fucking stages of the pandemic.
And
we're only
did he
in
ever
1.
name?
We've got 4 more to go.
Did he ever name what the 5 are?
No, he didn't.
Probably
he didn't
not.
say
But
anything.
look, I'm pretty sure if there hadn't been much pushback, as there has been, we'd probably be in stage 2, maybe 3.
Oh no, we're in stage 4.5, and we're about done.
I mean, well, yeah, but I'm talking about Fauci's plan because he handled the AIDS epidemic really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got to study some bathhouses.
I'm sorry. I really hope, it's been rumored and some politicians have said it, that when we take the House back in 22, that they're going to invite President Trump to be Speaker of the House. And they can do that.
They do.
They can do that.
I mean, people say all sorts of stuff. Reality will unfold the way it unfolds. And the most important thing is that you don't let the doomers get to you who are like, oh, give up. They're just going to steal it anyways. It's like, no, make it hard for them because you got to be tough as nails. These people are used to just being able to cheat and get their way. You make it hard enough, they'll give up. I mean, they're not going to give up without a fight, but you just keep pushing.
If we take the House and the Senate, we have to take enough seats in the Senate in order for it to work. Then we can impeach Biden. And then we can impeach and his vice president. They can impeach them both.
And if they have Trump as speaker, he'll become acting president.
He'll become acting president, finish the term out, and then he can be reelected in 2024.
I was able to find those 5 stages of the pandemic. The first one is negative impact. The second, which is we are with negative impact. Second one is trying to get everyone vaccinated. Third is to control the situation. Fourth is to completely eliminate the COVID. And 5 is to, so 4 is to eliminate it from affecting certain regions. And then 5 is completely eradicate it.
That's insane and impossible because it's zoological. Animals can get it. We're going to vaccinate every animal, every mammal that's on Earth. It works for 3 months. Well, okay, vaccinate them all simultaneously.
Yeah. How are you going to do that? And Xana, what thoughts do you have on this?
Why does she sound so weird tonight?
I don't know. I don't know why her mic is...
Your mic is really weird tonight. Maybe it's because you're using that
I think
split cam.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't think it's because of split cam. The split cam only does the audio.
Go to your mic settings. I won the bet. It's going off of your camera's mic or your camera's microphone and not your actual headset microphone.
It's not on your headset.
Yeah, I think that it's probably
the cam/mic settings and see if it switched it over.
Yeah, because it's like my laptop. When I'm talking through my laptop, it echoes.
And if you're using any third party software, go into the third party software and make sure that it's got the correct mic selected.
Can you hear me better now?
Oh
yeah, a lot better. Hell yeah.
All right, there we go.
So what the hell's going on over there?
Yeah, because you sounded kind of tinty, and that also now that you did that, it probably will do noise cancellation on
my
background noise. Yeah. No, now we can barely hear you.
No.
It's bad. It's bad.
Well, I mean, that's better for because what I mute because
we can still hear you, but it was like barely. You sound a little bit louder than Minnie Mouse. Oh wait, now we're gonna get copyright infringement. Now we're gonna get copyright infringement because I just said her name.
Yeah. I don't know about all that.
Oh man, I better change my name before we get sued by Disney.
Oh, I know, right? Can't do that. Okay, so what kind of thoughts do you have on this whole situation?
I think it's serious. I do believe it's serious. I had, 7 family members who dropped in 3 months in 2020. But other than that, I feel like it's been blown out of proportion drastically.
Okay.
And I feel like it's been blown out of proportion so that the politicians can get their leg up and to control the people various ways that we're seeing now.
Right.
They do like power, those politicians.
They do. And they like to create fear into others to make them more plausible and more
more
truthful,
yeah,
even though it's completely biased. And it could be educated, could be uneducated. I'm just here for the ride, and a lot of it seems like it's just to create mass hysteria to control the masses.
Well, if you get people panicked enough, you can talk them into almost anything because it's hard to stop, be reasonable, be logical. Like, if the house is on fire, do you stop and go, how did this fire start? Or are you thinking, oh, get out of there. The house is on fire.
I'm thinking, I'm like, get the hell out and see if you turn a hose on it or dial 911, you know?
I do think it's a serious thing, but I feel like the approach that we are taking political wise, like the politicians, is kind of a little, we don't need that kind of stuff going on, I don't think.
Well, they keep trying to grasp control in different countries, not just America, control over the people. And the tighter that they grab onto the people, the more people are pulling back because they're like, I need to feed my family. There's no food in the stores. Even if you give us money, it doesn't matter because there's no food in the freaking grocery store. Like we need to work because we need food at the very least. And it's kind of nice having this fancy thing called electricity. It's amazing.
Right. When it first started, so I grew up with conspiracy theorists all around. My dad and my mom were both big conspiracy theorists. So when we first got locked down in 2020, where he was like, everyone needs to stay in your house for 2 or 3 weeks, and then 2 or 3 weeks turned into 2 or 3 months. And I'm like, what are they trying to hide? What's really going on here? There's no reason for this.
Day 426 of 2 weeks to flatten the curve.
Yeah, and I honestly think that there's something going on that isn't being spoke about. I mean, that's why they're blowing it. The COVID thing should be more than it should be.
I think it's more about control and making people dependent on government, because now people have been having government give them unemployment. They've been having them pay their rents or whatever.
Well,
and it's creating a dependence.
What's really funny is we created more jobs in history, and I'm like, no, you didn't, you moron. People went back to work. And then we have less people on unemployment, and that's because their unemployment ran out, you moron. And tell me how many people have filed from their unemployment to welfare. How many people do we have on welfare now that were used to be on unemployment because they couldn't go back to work because their jobs are gone?
At the end of the day, you'd have to be naively, almost as a child, trusting to not at least go, something's not right here, even if you don't know what it is. Something's not right here.
Obama did the same shit. He did the same crap. Our job numbers are great, less people on unemployment. But the thing is they never told you how many people have switched from unemployment over to welfare because they can't get a job.
You know the old adage, there's lies, damn lies, and statistics.
Yeah, well, just like yesterday when he was saying 95% of the schools are open.
Yeah.
Okay. What state? What county?
Are they open? Wait, are they open 5 days a week for 8 hours? Only open is 3 days a week. Oh, well, that's different.
95% of the schools are open. But what state are you talking about? You're talking about California? You're talking about Oregon, Washington? What state? Because it's not in the United
Wyoming.
States.
Just his state. Because that's where he spends most of his time in his state. So
if you just look into the metrics by which they determine a school that is fully open, I reject the premise. 3 days a week is not fully open.
No, they're not open.
That's not fully. I'm sorry. That's
unless
not fully
it's
open.
Monday through Friday. They got 5 days a week that they're in school. They're not in school.
Now, the silver lining, though, is our schools aren't teaching kids really to read, write, or do math very well these days.
No.
So, I mean, maybe this will encourage more people to homeschool because, look.
Well, I watched I don't know if you saw that lady that was yelling at the school board and, blah, 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 blah. She was on a show last night, one of the news shows. She did an interview. And what they did is they had indoctrinated her daughter. Okay. And it started when she was young. They changed her daughter's name in the school. The school did it. The teachers did it. They changed her name and told her that she was now a special person. She's not a woman anymore. She's not a girl. Now she's transgender. And they got that into her, and they even had a special club that they had these kids in. And all this finally came out to light when they closed the schools. And the club told the kids, make sure you don't tell your parents. We can't trust them. And they got that into them, and they instilled it. And yeah, it's like, oh man, if something like that happened to one of my kids, I would be going off. I'd be in jail.
Jimbo, real quick, can you remember enough to find the clip of her talking to the school board? Because that would be a good clip.
I can't do it on this computer. It's too slow. I can't do it on the laptop.
Well, can you remember enough so maybe I could look it up?
God, where was it? Hang on a minute. Try YouTube.
Yeah. Hold on.
I'm gonna shrink this, so hopefully my camera's still working and everybody's still there.
Yeah, everybody's still here.
Am I still on camera?
Yep, you're still good.
Okay. All right. Let me see if I can find YouTube here. Hopefully my computer ain't gonna freak out.
That's not what you're saying, but I pulled up something that's pretty interesting too.
Did you?
I mean, there's plenty of examples.
A teacher sent Child Protective Services over to a student's house because her parents did not support the child's transgender rights.
Ooh, yeah, okay.
It's a child.
Yeah.
I'd like to see this parent that brings the fire to the school board, because that's the kind of energy people need to see. They need to see how to combat it, And they need to be aware of it as well.
I believe she was on the Ingram angle last night.
Okay, hold on.
I can't find the.
Hold on, let me go.
I believe she was on the Ingram. Yeah, she was on the Ingram angle last night with her lawyer, and they were talking about what the school had done.
Yeah, it looks like I searched for Ingram angle. Not a whole lot comes up, at least in the past 24 hours.
Right. Yeah, that's
Maybe I spelled it wrong. Maybe I spelled it wrong.
That's Fox for you.
All right, there we go. Wait. Maybe I got it.
All right, I have something promising here. Here, let me send it to you, Vex.
Send it over to Dave, because I think he has the stream controls.
Yeah.
It's an article. They sent it to here. I'll send it to all of you guys. If you would like it, Jimbo.
Oh yeah. Send it away. Send it away.
So I sent it to each and every one of you guys.
Okay, I actually have her on my laptop, this Ingram angle, and there's nothing. Wait, last night. What was the date yesterday?
Yesterday was the 19th.
The 19th
of January.
This is the 20th. Is the one she's got 21. So this was just now her show tonight. See if I can find yesterday's show, the 19th. Come on, Ingram, where are you at?
Well, there's a lot to sort through. Wait a second, I found it.
Did you find her?
Yeah. Here, I'm going to pass this over.
Can you send it to me as well?
Yep.
Okay, how are you sending these links and stuff, guys?
I'm using
Discord.
Discord.
Yeah, I'm using Discord as well.
Oh, okay. So you guys are in Discord then?
Yeah, I mean it's just in the background.
Okay, so they got it up on Rumble.
Yeah, I couldn't find it on YouTube.
Okay, so it was on
But
Rumble.
Let's see if it lets me play it.
Here's the thing: is well.
Yeah, if you watch her and listen to her, and then if you get the interview last night with her lawyer, it was really enlightening on what these teachers are doing to children.
Can we view that on the podcast right now or no? Video?
We can't. We're doing commentary on it, so we have to do commentary in order for it to be properly fair use. But we want to do commentary on it, so.
Yeah, but we need to see if we can get it on here to share it.
Yeah.
I'm trying. It's not letting me open the link up because it's unsupported.
Oh.
Okay. Well.
We got the video, and I can put it in the description.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
People can go back down and look at it. Yeah, because all I'm finding now are drag queens reading to kids in libraries.
I couldn't find it on YouTube for the life of me. I had to go over to Rumble, and I was able to find it. I mean, there was video stuff, but I couldn't find that.
Well, we're on Rumble too, aren't we?
We're on Rumble too.
Okay, so there you go.
Yeah, we're on Rumble. We're not live streaming on Rumble just yet. I'm going to be uploading this video to Rumble.
So if I watch this real quick muted, does it show, does the audio bleed through to this program or no?
Yeah, I wonder.
No, if you're muted and you play something, no. It shouldn't. That would be illogical.
Okay, where did okay, I see the one link that was put in, Doc, but I don't see the other one. Is that the one?
Here, I'll find you and I'll drop it.
Yeah, just put it in Discord.
I'll put it in I'll put it in no filter, I guess.
There you go.
That's
it might work now.
Check it out.
White people have been busy in no filter in the past 2 days. Yeah, that's the interview right there. That's it.
YouTube's and Google's search algorithm has gone nuts these days. So it's like at this point, I mean, they're basically MySpacing themselves, and it's like, okay, I mean, I don't know,
right.
Do what you want, I guess. You're just making your competition.
I'm gonna do something stupid here, and I might get dropped out of the podcast, but we'll find out.
Nothing stupid if it's a learning experience.
Yeah, well.
I'm gonna do something stupid here and drink a
I'm gonna try to share this.
There you go, I'm back. I am back.
Okay.
So
your audio changed back to the other. It sounds like the other source, I think. Or give it a second.
Yeah, I might switch back to your camera.
No, it's still this one.
Oh,
yeah, it's still that one. Or she's still
there we go.
You know what? You can. You know what? If you go into that, David, if you go into that, you can download that video. I can't. But you could because you've got the programs to do that.
All right. How about
video. If what I'm saying is, if you download that, then you can we can actually put it on here right now because you can share it from your computer.
I can share it from my computer. Yeah. Let me see if I can download it.
All right. If I do that, does it show what I'm looking at?
No, it doesn't.
Because I did a share screen. I think actually he'll see it as somebody that can be added to the chat or something. I don't know.
Might be.
All right. Let me take a look here. Let me get out of what I'm doing here and switch.
Yeah. I mean, because
I see it.
There you go. Right there. Here you go.
All right. Well,
we got all your other pages up there at the top too, but we're
yeah,
good.
whatever.
Let it rip.
Let her rip. turn the audio up and let her play.
Y'all hear it?
Predatory teachers tried to convince her that she was transgender.
I mean, that's
the mother
ghastly.
joins us in moments with some news on what she's planning to do in response. So
sue him. Nope, the Ingram angle.
Okay, keep our audio down. That way the right there.
You didn't get to show support. You asked for support. I didn't get a chance. Your job was to educate my child in math, science, English, etc. Do your job and let me do mine. That was Jessica Conan, the mom.
I mean, like, just that point alone, it's like, you know.
And that's when she was going off on the school board.
It's like, hey, you're not even giving me a chance. I mean, like, oh, well, why would they do that? Why would they be sneaky about something like that?
Okay, and then let it play, and then everybody, you guys will hear everything that went on, because it's amazing.
Well, Ms. Conan entrusted her 7th grade daughter to the Sprinkles. It's a California school district who in turn conspired to change the girl's gender, name, and pronouns.
It's crazy.
And they did this entirely behind her parents' back by telling the 7th grader her mother could not be trusted.
I mean, they're supposed to work for us. You know?
Supposed to.
Yeah,
now,
but you see
have to stop it every once in a while. We have to do commentary on it in order for it to properly fall under fair use, and we have.
Well, let it. Go for it. Whatever you want to do, guys.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen it. I've seen it. You guys haven't seen it. You need.
No, I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, watch it.
Ms. Conan joins me now exclusively, along with her attorney, Harmeet Dillon, founder of the Center for American Liberty, that's taken this case. Jessica, just hours ago, you announced that you are pursuing legal action against the school district. Briefly explain what happened.
Yeah.
Well, it kind of starts, my daughter, I love her, and she deserves this justice. My family's already gone through so much, and nobody else needs to go through this. No family needs to suffer.
Yeah.
Starting at 6th grade, they're 11 years old, they're already vulnerable. You wouldn't expect a teacher to be predatorial towards a child that they're supposed to, the teacher, they're supposed to be trusted, and they stepped out of their line. In 7th grade, you find out, that there's secrets, there's lies. Their tactics are disgusting. I feel as
communist
a mom
tactics.
Disturbed by this, because it is my right to parent her, and they took that right away from me.
Well, specifically, specifically, I want people to understand or why.
I mean, like, already that's pretty ugly, right?
The mom has a point, and that's the problem with society today, is they're taking the parents' rights away from them.
Yeah.
And catering the children.
Then that started in the 80s.
If you break it, it started before the 80s. If you think about when you had, and you can have your opinions on this, but if you had one parent that was able to go out and work, and you had another parent at home, you at least had one parent who was paying attention, had the energy, because they're not working like an 8 or, for me, like a 12-hour a day. And, actually, okay, what are they teaching you? How do you know? Oh, I don't think that's good, and they had the time and the energy to go down and actually talk to the teachers without being like, man, I got to go to work early in the morning. I got to track down this teacher. And I mean,
well, the parent teacher conferences actually used to work.
Yeah.
You go in and see their little homework on the wall and, all that crap.
Well, the whole idea. Yeah.
The whole idea there anymore.
The whole idea is sever, the parent child time as much as possible and increase the state child time as much as possible. I mean, wasn't Biden talking about some sort of weird pre-K plan, which is what, like, maybe you're 3 or something, and then you go to college, and let's say you get done by 22. Well, that's nearly 2 decades of
in school indoctrination.
Yeah. All right, let's watch a little more.
Watching this, and Harmeet, obviously you're representing her in this litigation. Specifically, what did they do to Jessica's daughter or urge her to do that is so disturbing in this case?
Absolutely. So there's 2 teachers, and with the knowledge of the principal, what they were doing is identifying children who they thought belonged in a secret equality club that was for children questioning their sexual identity.
and they invited kids, including Jessica's daughter, to be in this club. And then they told these kids, do not tell your parents, and specifically Jessica's mom, do not tell them, they cannot be trusted, what's going on here. They gave them reading materials about transgenderism. They secretly changed the pronouns, but went in front of the parents, referred to their children by their birth pronouns behind the parents' back in the school, used their new identity.
I mean, it's severing the parent from the child.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
And all of this was done secretly. Then suddenly they called Jessica in and informed her that going forward, her daughter was to be referred to by male pronouns, by a different name. They changed it in the school records officially, Laura, and it was presented to the mom as a fait accompli. And of course, as you saw from the video in the intro, Jessica was outraged by the usurpation of her right to make this decision jointly with her daughter. And Jessica's very supportive of whatever her daughter wants to be and decide. It is not for these teachers to predatorily assume this. And one more thing, Laura, is that what's interesting about this is that this happened before COVID. So when COVID started and remote learning started.
Well, like, real quick, this seems like something some people would say, okay, well, this is a French case. This can't come to America. But Canada, just north of us, at this point, if a parent is even trying to figure out what's going on, if they try to persuade or they can't even have the teachers can persuade the kid to identify as transgender, but the parents can't persuade the kid to be like, hey, are you sure you're transgender? That might be stepping over the line, and they have a law against it. And it's like, take more power out of the hands of the parents and into the state. I mean, if parents don't fight for this stuff, and look, the fact that the government is trying to brand parents as terrorists because they have, I don't know, a vested interest in the development of their child.
They're speaking out. The parents are just speaking out about what they're finding out now that's been going on, and now they're domestic terrorists now. Yeah, and I'm like, come on,
they keep this shit in the shadows. And you know why
they keep it in the shadows?
They keep it in the shadows because they know the parents wouldn't support it, but they want to do it anyways because they know better than you. That's the way they think. They know better than you. How dare you speak out, you peasant? You're a terrorist. We need to lock you up and take your kid away. It's like, fuck you.
Yeah, where'd Xana go?
Her computer shut down on her, so she's gonna start it back up and come back in here in a minute.
Okay.
All right. Well, should we continue or wait for her to come back?
Go ahead.
I'm thinking that we're gonna put this on our normal broadcast this weekend.
This is something else.
I'd like to get everybody else's opinion on this too,
because this is kind of a dry run. Just keep in mind whenever you're doing clips like this, we all have plenty to say. So take that opportunity to say it, because it's fair use if you're doing commentary. And look, I think Fox News is asshole, but they at least they're less of an asshole than say CNN or MSNBC or whatever. MSNBC.
I can't. I want to. This needs to go in. Now that we figured out how we could actually do this with news clips, we can put this into our broadcast.
Well, this is the Streamlabs is a really good tool. It gives him one of the things I was bringing up to him was he was talking about how in the first or second podcast y'all got stuck on one issue for 40 minutes and everyone was talking over each other where nobody could talk. He has the powers, and only he, to just mute everyone and go, well, look, we got to move on. We can't just be talking about this one thing.
And it's funny you say that because we're 44 minutes into this one. So
I do believe my pizza is next door and it's getting cold.
You better go get that pizza. Xana's gotta
No, I'm good. No, we're gonna do an hour, and I'm gonna get out of here. So,
all right.
Go ahead and let it play.
All right.
Who has control of this?
He does.
I have control over playing the video, and he has control over whether anyone can see it.
Okay.
Yeah, although the audio from the video we're only hearing through his headset because he would have to link up a sub program that would broadcast into his mic.
Oh, I don't know how to fix that. Sorry.
It's we'll work on it later. It's the first time we're trying it out, so we'll do a little play around later on, find out why.
Fair enough. All right, let her rip.
Began to change back into her original identity because she wasn't under the constant grooming influence of these
keyword grooming
weird
grooming.
Secondly, the teachers were also monitoring using the software that they use for remote learning what children were looking up and then using that to try to put more kids into this secret channel. This is like
that's disturbing.
A lot of parents' worst nightmares. You know, you send children to school and you think that kids are going to be taught the basics instead.
Hey, I thought of something kind of fucked up but funny, you know. In days past, they tell kids who are being naughty, they'd be like, "Nah, if you're bad, you know, like the gremlins will come for you and they'll drag you away into the forest." And kids are like, "Oh God!" But now you can be like, "All right, if you're bad, communists will climb out from under your bed and drag you off to gender reassignment camp."
All right, let her rip.
Into something that parents aren't aware of and don't support. Jessica, both the teachers accused that Harmeet just mentioned of radicalizing your daughter led this workshop. I guess it was titled "How We Can Run a GSA in Conservative Communities."
GSA.
We keep no records. Buena Vista Middle School teacher and LGBTQ club leader Lori Caldeira states, "Sometimes we don't really want to keep records because if parents get upset that their kids are coming, we're like, yeah, I don't know, maybe they came, we would never want to get a kid in trouble for attending if parents are upset." So Jessica,
I mean, just do it all covertly. Covert out targeting your children. Yeah, that's not.
I like how they said if quote unquote parents are upset.
Yeah, so it seems like if you're a parent, you're watching this, pretend like you're not upset. Record it all and just see everything that they say, and then talk to Project Veritas.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure Project Veritas is going to find out about this, and
I'm sure they already have.
Yeah, but I mean, the more evidence that they have, the better. Because a lot of people, if there's just one thing here or there, but I'm pretty sure if a bunch of parents flooded in with a bunch of evidence, Project Veritas would have a field day.
I'll be right back, but go ahead and keep playing it. I'll be right back.
The real truth in what they're doing from parents. They're admitting it.
Subversion.
That is correct. They have not one time denied any allegations towards them. If anything, they keep justifying what they've done. And it's not them that need the justification. It's the children they are hurting. They need to stop messing with our children. It is not their jobs to do that.
Yeah, they think it's their job. I mean, Harmeet, hold on. They think
happening to a lot of kids.
Yeah, they think it's their job. Actually, Harmeet, they're on a mission to propagandize to kids and try to subvert parental authority, especially if you're a parent who has traditional religious or Christian or just traditional views on sexuality and gender. Then you're really a target. And I think this is purposeful.
100%.
Purposeful. But what would the lawsuit seek to get as far as damages or firing or specific support?
I mean, have you seen the video that Yuri Bezmenov made in 1984, where he's warning about communist subversion? He was a defector from the KBG, I believe. Oh, dude, if you haven't seen that, it's an hour, but it's over before you know it, especially at 2x speed.
If you have it, sometimes send me it.
I'll
DM. Share it to me, and I'll watch it when I've got nothing else better to do.
Yeah, it's intriguing.
Today we issue the first step here. When you sue the government, you have to issue a government tort claims notice. We did that today, and we're seeking damages for intentional infliction of emotional distress, conspiracy,
lifetime damages,
rights, the violation
lifetime, exactly,
of emotional distress. And so we think that there's a lot of this going on, and we're very interested to hear from other children and other parents who believe this may have happened in this school district. But
I got to be honest, I'm sorry to be pausing it so much.
That's all right.
You have outside forces trying to influence these children at a very crucial developmental stage. There is an argument.
Exactly.
I mean, look, if you become transgendered, it's quite likely you take hormone blockers and other things, and you end up ultimately sterilizing yourself, there's an argument for some form of genocidal act. You know, some Nuremberg Code level stuff. You know, if you really look at it, because look at the long-term ramifications. You know, what are the long-term ramifications? Well, their suicide rate goes through the roof.
Yeah.
Their chances of having any offspring drop through the floor. And I mean,
look, we have a couple of generations right now that are not reproducing. They are not having children because the left has been telling these children for years now, don't have kids because it's not a good time for society for you to have kids.
They were saying the same thing, you know, when I was in school. I was real careful. As a matter of fact, for a while, I was like, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have kids. Overpopulation's a bad thing. No, I want to do the right thing. But here's the thing: is they're dishonest, crazy.
They keep using that global warming bullshit, you know, and they've been spouting that crap for I don't know, 40 years.
Well, and they don't just omit the other side, the scientists that don't support it. They incentivize through government grants and whatnot people who will do studies supporting the claims of climate change being directly man-made and only man-made, or maybe they might bring up a couple other things, but they almost exclusively say, oh, it's the cows and people, and oh, never mind the sun, never mind that climate change has been around before humans, never mind all of that. No. The cows are farting too much, and you like cheeseburgers and driving your car, so you know humans just need to be wiped out, because then somehow that will, you know, bring you know peace to the world, you know.
Right.
All right, let me finish.
Or any school district. You're gonna have a class action here, Harvey. We got to roll, but there could be a class action. Center for American Liberty does great work, and you are our Freedom Matters charity for this month as well. So everyone get great gear on Freedom Matters gear on lauraingram.com. Ladies, good luck. What happened to?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. And there you know,
is that where the video ended, or is that when you ended it?
That's where the video ended.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, you can find the actual clip of her going off. It goes longer for when she's going after the school board. There's more than just that itty bitty bit that we watched.
Look, I want to bring up.
Yeah, but in the news they couldn't show it all.
I want to bring up a crucial point. Part of the strategy of the people doing all this stuff is to take your focus away from other stuff and bring your focus only to the things they want to look at. But
exactly.
With what I brought up earlier, there is a good argument for an intentional genocide. You are limiting the ability of reproduction. You're increasing the freaking, you know, death of these people, just considering the increase in suicide rate of people who end up, you know, going down that path. We need to stop letting the dishonest actors set the rhetoric, set the topic, determine what we're allowed to say and how we're allowed to say it.
Yeah, I can't remember if it was Elon Musk. I mean, I think he was the one that said it, that the world is changing, and our population is dropping. Global population is dropping because nobody's having kids. I mean, the kids that we hear of now are that's not enough. There needs to be more.
Yeah, we're not at the replacement rate. And you have to also keep in mind why we're close to the replacement rate. Say here in America, the Amish community, which they're like, yeah, screw technology, all your stuff. They're having a ton of kids. And immigrants tend to have a higher birth rate than, you know, just people generally America, not just Americans. That's not a color. That's not a race. That's a nationality.
Right. Yeah. And you have I don't know what nationality they are. We have people moving to America and they're having kids, lots of kids, and pretty soon it's going to be that whole Tashib bullshit, you know.
What feeds into the replacement theory, which people who just outright dismiss that they're trying to do a game because they don't want to actually address the points of it. So rather than address the points, they say it's ad hominem conspiracy. Oh, you can't listen to those crazy. Don't look at the evidence. Don't consider. Because if you stop and you look at all the facts, it's like, yeah, something's not right. You guys are doing some weird shit, and we want to hold you accountable. And if you're doing a grip, the last thing you want is to be held accountable.
Right?
Held to pay.
Now, ever since we've done this clip, I don't know if YouTube's going to allow it or not. Just
we did. Yeah, I mean, we did commentary. Technically, we did the proper stuff.
If we look, oops, my bad.
No, it's all good. Are you kidding? That's my favorite president.
I thought it would do the same thing what it did with Vexen, where it would just pop it up, and I have to bring it up into the stream, and I was going to wait on it. But no, it just goes, here it is.
It's gonna do it.
Yeah, I know, right? So, I don't know. This was gonna be the closing video I was gonna play for us because it's at 55.
Go ahead, man.
I mean, you guys are still in conversation, so let's continue that on here.
I mean, we've kind of reached a resting point. We've addressed our take on this particular topic, which I got to be honest, I didn't really know we were going to be necessarily talking about, but the conversation goes to the conversation.
The thing about this Discord is not Discord, the normally on Discord, the conversation. That's why we have the sidetrack. It's like we sidetrack into whatever conversation we come up with.
And that's where we're at tonight. We're at sidetrack.
We're tonight.
We're live.
This ain't part of the main topics that we normally would talk about, or if we do talk about it, end up being an hour-long segment, which we do that. We will do 15-minute segments.
Real quick. For everything I said, I want to add in allegedly. I'm not a doctor or a professional, and don't follow any of the advice I give.
That could go for us too. We're not doctors.
No. We're just giving our friendly opinion. That's all these are.
Honest opinion. Look, I'm not trying to be over the top or anything, but my honest opinion is there is some very insidious stuff afoot, and to take it lightly would be to take a ticking time bomb under your house lightly. That's my opinion.
Yeah, well, these people that are going to watch this, I tell you what, do your own research, watch the video. You'll see it in the stream. You'll see our comments. Do your research. You'll find out more. That's it. All right. You know what? Play the video.
We have one coming here, and that's Varent.
Yeah. Well,
you're coming in just as we're leaving.
But
that was like, I think 20 minutes ago or something like that.
Yeah, it's 11:17, and that was a while back. But
all right,
here's the video here, and
nice chatting with you guys tonight. We'll see you later.
If we look to the answer as to why for so many years we achieved so much, prospered as no other people on earth, it was because here in this land we unleashed the energy and individual genius of man to a greater extent than has ever been done before. Freedom and the dignity of the individual have been more available and assured here than in any other place on earth. The price for this freedom at times has been high, but we have never been unwilling to pay that price. Those who say that we're in a time when there are no heroes, they just don't know where to look. The sloping hills of Arlington National Cemetery, with its row upon row of simple white markers bearing crosses or stars of David, they add up to only a tiny fraction of the price that has been paid for our freedom. Each one of those markers is a monument to the kind of hero I spoke of earlier. Their lives ended in places called Belleau Wood, the Argonne, Omaha Beach, Salerno, and halfway around the world on Guadalcanal, Tarawa, Pork Chop Hill, the Chosin Reservoir, and in 100 rice paddies and jungles of a place called Vietnam. Under one such marker lies a young man Martin Treptow, who left his job in a small-town barber shop in 1917 to go to France with the famed Rainbow Division. There on the Western Front, he was killed trying to carry a message between battalions under heavy artillery fire. We're told that on his body was found a diary. On the flyleaf, under the heading, My Pledge, he had written these words: America must win this war. Therefore I will work, I will save, I will sacrifice, I will endure. I will fight cheerfully and do my utmost as if the issue of the whole struggle depended on me alone. We must realize that no arsenal or no weapon in the arsenals of the world is so formidable as the will and moral courage of free men and women. It is a weapon our adversaries in today's world do not have. It is a weapon that we as Americans do have. Let that be understood by those who practice terrorism and prey upon their neighbors. As for the enemies of freedom, those who are potential adversaries, they will be reminded that peace is the highest aspiration of the American people. We will negotiate for it, sacrifice for it. We will not surrender for it now or ever. We are Americans.
Amen. And with that, have a good night.
That's it for tonight. Yep.
Hey,
have a good night.
Must flow.
Yep. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell in order to get more content from us. Remember to leave a comment. And when you do leave a comment, we will try to get back to you if it is something that that needs our attention. If you have any suggestions for an upcoming podcast, please be sure to put that also in there for us. Please be kind to others and others be kind to you. Other than that, anything else?
Everybody. Nope. I'm going to go eat.
Good night.
Have a good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night.